Hi again. Thanks for joining us for our new yoga session. It's going to be a total body workout. Michelle is demonstrating, Shirley the teacher, and Audrey is shooting for us and putting it on YouTube. This total body practice will help open the spine, hips, and shoulders. It'll strengthen the back, arms, and there's a little bit of abs. It'll soften the neck. It'll release build-up tensions. Remember to listen to your body. Don't go to the point of pain with stretches, just some pleasant stretching, maybe a little discomfort. So enjoy. Namaste. So we're going to start with a sun breath again. So Michelle's going to touch her thighs and push them back a little bit so she feels some weight in her heels. She's going to roll her shoulders back. She'll start actually with Tadasana, mountain pose. So palms forward, ears over the shoulders, shoulders over the hips, hips over the back, hips over the ankles, ankles all rounded, inner outer heels and inner balls of the feet. And then a line going right up the center of the body, pulling her tall. And if she's really centered, she feels like she's sort of revolving around that center. And then she's going to do a couple sun breaths slowly to allow her body to release. So she'll inhale her arms up, and she'll exhale into a little back bend. And she'll take some breaths here, and if she likes, she can wave a little bit like her torso to help soften her back and everything a little bit. And then when she feels like it, she's going to inhale up, and then exhale forward into a forward bend. And again, because she's a little stiff right now, she's going to hold her block. And that's going to allow her spine and her shoulders to sort of release towards the floor. It's going to allow the hamstrings to open. And then when she feels like she's sort of released and softened, she's going to inhale her torso up and look forward. And she's going to almost try to go into a little back bend. Soften her neck and her face. And again, when she feels like she's sort of released there, then she'll exhale down again and take a few breaths. And then again, she'll inhale up and she'll exhale into her back. And again, if she likes to loosen her lower back a little bit, she can sort of wave a little bit. And she should be a little bit more stretched out, so she could maybe go a little quicker this time. Exhaling forward, diving off her diving board, holding her block again. Oh, you can tell that she's longer in her back now. Her neck is softer. And then when she's ready, she can inhale up again. Take some breaths. And exhale down again. And just trying to allow gravity help to lengthen all that torso. Knees are straight but not locked. And then when she's ready, she's going to inhale up again and exhale into her back. Now we're going to do one more with her breath. She'll inhale up, exhale forward bend, gently pull towards her legs this time. Let her head drop. She can take a couple breaths here to get her lengthening. And then she'll inhale halfway up again. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale backward. Inhale up. Now she's going to take her arms out to T position. Take her hands behind her, interlace her fingers. You can hold a belt if you can't clasp your hands. She's going to straighten her elbows, bring her arms up. Her head, she looks up soft, lengthening the front of the shoulders. And then she's going to exhale forward again into a forward bend. And then again, she allows gravity to take over, trying to pull the arms forward. She looks for the soft neck again. She can shake out her head a little bit to help soften that neck. Oh, it feels so good on the shoulders. And then when she's ready, she's going to inhale up and come on out as she releases. Good, nice deep inhales and exhales. Make sure you release all the tension when you take these after these poses with a nice exhale and let it go. Good. And then she can do a few shoulder rolls and a few head rolls one way. And a few head rolls the other way. And then when the head is forward, she'll let it hang there for a moment just to lengthen the back of her neck. And then she'll inhale her head up. Now you can move a little bit, your ankles, your knees, your hips. She's going to do one more sun breath, but with this one, she's going to go to the floor from a downward facing dog, and then to a plank, and then a sphinx and a modified cobra. So again, she can touch her thighs, put some weight in her heels. She can roll her shoulders back, ears over the shoulders, shoulders over the hips, hips over the knees, knees over the ankles. And she can inhale up, exhale back, at her own breath, inhaling up and exhaling forward again. Once more, inhaling up, exhaling down, knees bent, downward facing dog. She walks on back, she pulls the hips up and back. Knees are straight but not locked. Her elbows are lifting. You look for a nice straight line from the wrist to the top of the hips, really trying to lengthen that back. Then from here, she's going to go to a plank. So her head, neck, and chest are going to come through her arms as she drops her hips. She's trying to get the heels of her hands underneath her shoulders. If you're a little stronger in the upper body, your knees can be up. If you're a little less strong, knees on the floor, feet up. And you're going to bend the elbows straight back, not out. You take the chest a little bit to the floor. And oh, this really builds the strength of the arms. And women especially, we lose our strength in our upper body. And she'll hold it for a few moments. She's making sure she's peeking her belly up into her lower back, so her lower back is supported. And then from here, she's going to go to a sphinx. So elbows underneath the shoulders. Extending through the legs, tall from the navel to the chest, soft neck. And then she's going to push on up to a modified cobra. She's going to turn the head and look over the right shoulder. Navel floating back, imaginary tail reaching for her heels. Let the head drop and roll. She looks over the left shoulder. Once more, she lets the head drop and roll, and she looks over the right shoulder. She lines the nose up with the breastbone, gazes over the tip of the nose towards her hands to soften her eyes, goes for her full height, lifting the chest, and then comes on down, comes on. Good. Relax, release, head to the side. Nice deep inhale and exhale. Now again, with these back bends, they take a lot of strength. They create a lot of tension in the body. But when you rest, then all that tension is released. Take the time to allow that tension to run out of your body. And then when she's ready, she can turn her head to the other side to soften the neck the other way. And then she's going to do another little vinyasa. We're going to go from a Makrasana 2 to what I call an airplane to a modified Salabhasana. Now, if you're strong, you can bring your legs together. If you wanted to make it a little bit easier, you keep the legs a little bit apart. And then she's going to take her hands behind her head or fingertips behind her ears, and she's going to lift her elbows towards the ceiling. Navel floating back. She's going to take a couple breaths and then inhale up. So she's just on her pelvis or just on her abdomen. Notice she keeps lifting the elbows to open the front of the shoulders and the chest. And she's looking forward, but she almost wants to feel like her head is moving towards the cam, towards the foam. Just sort of, lengthen the neck a little bit. And from here, she's going to go to her airplane. So her arms are going to come straight across her shoulders. And again, no tension in the neck, more the feeling of lengthening it forward, trying to find some softness. And then modified Salabhasana, hands at her sides, palms up, and she raises the arms in her chest as high as she can. She tries to soften the neck again. She concentrates on the breath instead of the difficulty, because this does take quite a bit of strength. She's stressing her sympathetic nervous system, and as she releases, she is relaxing with the parasympathetic nervous system. So then she can come on down. Nice deep inhale and exhale. Let it go, let it go, let it go. Letting all that tension go. Now the back bends are really good for your back. They build the strength of the lower back. Like I said, they build the strength of both nervous systems. But you want to be sort of careful. You turn the head to the other side again, because we're not used to doing these back bends. We're usually always going forward then. So she's going to do some things to help release. She's going to push on up to all fours, and she's going to push on back to a child's pose. Feet together, knees apart. She's going to reach her arms forward, and she's going to touch her head towards the floor. Now, if you can't get your hips to your heels, you can put a block underneath your hips to rest on. She tries to soften the neck again. She breathes in and out of the back of the body, helping those back muscles to soften and release after the back bends. If she likes, she can even lengthen through her arms a little bit more and bring her shoulders a little closer to her ears. Oh, good. And she looks nice and comfortable. She has a nice long back again. And then she's going to come up to all fours and do a couple cat-cows, or I call them cat sway-back horses, since I like my horses. So you're going to exhale the head down, bring the back up like a mad cat, and breathe. And then she's going to inhale her head up, drop her lower back down again. Always looking for the softness in the neck. And then one more time, she's going to exhale her head down. Bring her back up. And one more cow or sway back horse. Inhale the head up, dropping the lower back down. Nice job. And then from here, she's going to do what's called a modified downward facing dog. She's going to put her elbows on the floor. She's going to pull her hips up and back again like a downward facing dog. And then she's going to feel like she's getting her chest and her chin closer to the ground. And again, it's sort of, do you feel that nice release in the back, Michelle? Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a nice release in the back. I saw this pose in a book by Eric Schiffman. He was the head of the London Yoga Institute. And then from here, she's going to come up again. And we're going to do one balance. And it's also going to stretch the front of her legs. Arms connected to the navel. She's going to bring up her right arm. Legs connected. She's going to bring up her left leg. Now, if it's difficult, you can just try to find your balance here. But if you can, she's going to reach behind with her right arm and catch her left foot. And she raises it as high as she can. She looks for that soft neck. gaze at something not moving. It helps with the balance. Oh, she's getting a nice stretch in the front of the leg. And then she's going to come down to all fours. Centering. Nice deep inhale and exhale. And then arms connected to the navel. She brings up the left arm, brings up the right leg, bends the right knee, reaches behind with the hand and catches the foot or the ankle. Now a lot of times people get cramp in the back of the leg here because the front of the leg is so tight. So again, this is stretching that, but if you should get a cramp, just release it out, give it some time. And the child's pose too will help to release the front of the leg. She's going to come on down, and then she's going to cross her ankles behind her, and she's going to roll on through to sitting. Now, if you can't cross your ankles, you can just come back to sitting. We're going to do what I call a Pilates twist. It works your abs a little bit, and at the same time, it's a nice twist again. And again, this will help neutralize her back after the back bends. Now, some people, they'll tighten their hamstrings so they can't get their knees to the ground. So you can always support the knees with a blanket if you need to. But she can get hers down. You don't have to be as wide as her, just whatever's comfortable for you. And then she's going to bring her arms up to her T position. And then she's going to twist to her right, touch the foot or the leg with her left hand, bring the right hand behind her, touch the opposite hip. And if she can, she gets the foot, and then she inhales tall and exhales deep to the right into a twist. She looks over the right shoulder. She looks to the right with the eyes to exercise her eye muscles and improve that peripheral vision. Once more, inhale tall, exhale as deep as you can. And then she's going to come back to her center. Now we're going to do this twice. Palms up, and she brings the arms back as far as she can. She lifts the chest, looks up. Oh, opening the front of the shoulders, the chest again. Then she comes back to her center, and she's going to twist to the left. Right hand touches the leg or the foot. Left hand touches the right hip behind her. Whoops, gotta get my kitty. And then she's going to come closer to her foot. She's going to inhale tall, exhale deep. Looks over the left shoulder. Breathe. Looks to the left with the eyes. And then back to her center. Palms up. Arms come back. Lifts the chest, looks up. Breathe. And then one more time. Come to your center. Twist to the right. Left hand touches the leg or the foot. Left hand to the right hip. Inhale tall, exhale deep as you look over the right shoulder. Look to the right with the eyes. If you can, you inhale tall and exhale deep again. And then back to your center. Palms up. Reach on back. Lift the chest. Drop the head. Soften. Once more, come to your center. Twist to the left. Right hand touches the leg or the foot. Right hand to the left hip. Breathe. Look to the left with the eyes. Inhale tall, exhale deep. Nice stretch the hamstrings, the inner thighs at the same time, releasing the back. At the same time, she's using her abs a little bit. Comes back to her center. Once more, palms up, little back bend. Oh, it's more of an opening of the chest and the shoulders. Arms come forward, chest comes back. Nice deep inhale. And then she's going to use her hands to support her knees, and she's going to bring her knees up. And she's going to drop her knees from side to side. And then, once more, Dandasana, so she straightens out her legs. She touches her chin, brings her head straight, rolls the shoulders back, drops the left ear to the left shoulder. The reason she brings her head straight back is we have a tendency to carry our head in front of our chest. So she's trying to get the ears over her shoulders. And then she's going to inhale the head up. She's going to touch the chin, bring the head straight back again. And then she drops to her right shoulder. Brings her head up. And then nice deep inhale and exhale. Then she's going to lay on down. She's going to she can put a pillow underneath her head or a blanket. You always sort of want a nice natural curvature of the neck. And she's going to bring both knees into her chest, and she's going to hold her knees, and she's just going to rock a little bit to sort of lengthen. And she can roll her ankles one way and the other way. And point and flex. And windshield wipers. And then she's going to go to Supta Baddha Konasana. So she's going to keep her feet off the ground, but the bottoms of the feet go together, the knees come apart. She's going to reach in between her legs, hold her ankles, and she's going to use the arms to help open the legs. Again, a real nice release for the back, an opening of the hips. Navel floats back to help ground that lower back, to help the hips to open as she lengthens the psoas. And then from here, she's going to go to her baby's pose. So she holds the bottoms of the feet, ankles over the knees, driving the back of the pelvis, the lower back into the ground. Some people aren't flexible enough to get their feet, so they can hold behind their thighs and pull on down if they need. And then from here, she's going to go to her Supta Gomukha Asana. So she's going to cross her right knee over her left knee. She's going to see if she can get her calves or if she can get her ankles. And then she feels like she's pulling the legs back. Nice release for the back again. Also getting into the glutes. If you're doing this practice at home at your own, you might want to hold it. Like say, oh, I'm going to hold these poses for 5 to 10 breaths. They say the body releases every 15 seconds. And then she's going to cross left knee over right knee. She wants to feel balanced, like she's not leaning one way or the other. My kitty Rodney's coming to see her again. Your pets love it when you get on the floor with them. Can't resist. And then from here, she's going to go to her baby's pose again for a final release of the back. And then she's going to support her. She's going to touch her knees, bring them together, support the knees as she puts the feet on the floor. She's going to hold her elbows, let her arms rest on her forehead. And some nice deep breaths. letting all that tension go. You don't want to hold on to that tension. And then it's time for a short Shavasana. Now again, you can take as much time as you like to lay here. It's a time for your practice to register on a cellular level. It's a time, actually, it's the beginning of meditation, because you sort of watch your thoughts and you try to let them go and just be with the way you're feeling. So she's going to take 3 deep breaths. And with each exhale, she's going to think the word release. And she's going to feel all tension running right out of the body with the exhale. She's going to release the feet. She's going to relax the hands. She relaxes the forehead, the temples, the jaw. She notices the chest cavity and lets go of any tension, tightness, or heaviness in the chest area. She feels her heart, allows her heart to soften. She relaxes the lips, the chin, the cheeks of the face, the nose, the forehead, the temples. Her eyes feel liquid. If you can, lie here for 10 minutes, just being. Thank you for coming. We'll see you again. Namaste.